Living creatively as a nobody, non-Googleable, non-famous, non-published person is actually really easy. It doesn't sound easy, but it can be. If you're like me, being creative is something that you need to do, regardless of if you actually have the time or not. And what I want to share is a philosophy that I live by that allows me to make the time to be creative and still live life. The secret is to go somewhere new. If you can't travel, then try something new. Try a class, start a new hobby. I recently spent a weekend in Penticton, British Columbia, close to where I am in Metro Vancouver, to celebrate my dog's 10th birthday for a breed that doesn't often make it to 10. He's a Doberman. And also to honor my need for time away, quiet time, creative time, time to explore, and just to do something new and break out of my rut.
It's not a rut.
It can feel like being creative in your daily life isn't accessible if you have time crunch needs. Personally, I'm a mom to twins who have complex health needs, so that takes up a lot of time. They're quite high needs. And at the same time, I had to leave my creative career to care for them when they were born. And I've been freelancing at night since then, and now they're in school, so it's a little easier during the day, but still having to juggle full-time work, full-time self-employed work, which is like a whole nother thing, and pretty much full-time parenting, really hands-on with their needs, and still trying to be creative too. So that's a lot.
A lot.
Oh yeah, and family life and personal time and social life and cleaning and all those things. It's not easy to carve out the time that I need to be creative. And obviously I wish I had endless time to be creative, but no one really does.
I'm gonna die someday.
My weekend away was made possible by my awesome husband who looked after my kids while I was away. And maybe this isn't possible for you. But again, you don't have to travel somewhere just to be creative. I like photography, writing, and video. So I signed up for local photo walks in my area where we go out and take photos, or a writing workshop, something like that. The key is to just do something new, break out of your rut, and either try a hobby that you've always wanted to, or just find a class or get together with some other creative people of the hobby that you already have. I also recently signed up for improv classes. It's an 8-week program, ending with my first stage performance ever. I'll do a separate video about that because it's actually, I learned a lot of that. It was pretty cool. But my point is that you can look for these opportunities to either nurture a hobby that you want to try, or something that you already like doing, like or whatever it is, and go out there and just do it. It sounds easy just to say, just do it, whatever, and you say like, I don't have time, I've got X, Y, Z going on in my life. I get it. I feel the same, and I do it anyway. That's really the secret. It's not rocket science. There are a lot of times I still feel guilty for doing these things, and I know there's things that I quote unquote should be doing. No one told me I should be doing them, but I somehow feel like I should, like deep cleaning my ceiling. Well, for me, without time to be creative, I'm a very irritated, grumpy, hangry type of person. And that's not fun for my family to be around here, or for me to experience. So yes, I could spend the 2 hours on Saturday deep cleaning my ceiling, but I'm going to go with photo walk instead, because I know that the value of that is worth way more to me than a perfectly clean, sparkling ceiling. And maybe to you, you love cleaning and you want to have the cleanest house ever. Then go for it. Good for you. I'm not saying that's bad. But you're watching this because you are into creativity, I assume. And there's a reason I named my newsletter Compulsively Creative, because I am. It's not optional for me. It really isn't. I've tried. There have been times in my life, especially the last 2 years since my kids were born, that I didn't have time to do anything. And I felt it. I felt the absence of it. It really messed with my mental health. This is just something I need to do. If you feel the same as well, that it's a necessity for you, then you just have to make the time to do it. I think this is true of all parents, of course, but just speaking from my perspective as a mom, there's this pressure from who knows where, society at large, people we don't know, that we should be doing X, Y, Z to have the perfect house and homemade, hand-make every meal. But no one in my actual life has told me that. None of my friends and family have said when I told them I went to a photo op, like, shouldn't you be doing
kitchen, back in the kitchen.
Instead, no one has said that. So I'm saying that I feel guilty about going to these things sometimes because chances are you probably feel that way too, so you're not alone in that. But at the same time, step back and think who's causing that guilt, because chances are it's just you. It's just you feeling like you shouldn't have the time to yourself or you shouldn't do that thing. And I bet that no one else is telling you that you shouldn't do that thing. So do the thing. And then you say, well, how do I keep everything balanced? How do I have a balanced life, between work and potentially childcare or multiple jobs or whatever responsibilities you have going on that you just can't, like the responsibilities, you have to do them. And I think the answer is you don't stay balanced. I'm not balanced. I was going to say unbalanced. I don't really know anyone who is perfectly balanced. And if they are, they probably have a lot of help. I used to be angry about this or think that everyone else had everything all figured out and that I was a failure for not being able to magically balance 40 hours of work and 100 and whatever hours it is of childcare, however many waking hours you have in a day, versus 8 hours for sleeping, which I definitely don't sleep 8 hours. It's impossible to balance. There's not enough time if you don't have tons of people helping you. Just don't feel bad about it. Don't be balanced. It still bothers me sometimes, that little bit of guilt, when I sign up for a photo walk instead of deep cleaning my house or something. But for me, it's just something I have to do. I'm working on letting go of that guilt. Because when I look back at what I created from that, whether it's a photo or a video or a piece of writing, whatever it was I made from the creative event, I remember what it felt like to be there. I remember the people that I met, things that inspired me, and just the experience of it all, and that creative energy that flowed around it. For me, that is worth way more than the most sparkling baseboard or whatever it happened to be. On this trip to Penticton, creativity looked like just walking out of our hotel, or motel, let's be honest, budget, and just going left, turning left, just seeing where that led us. Generally speaking, what I mean is just this openness to exploration, especially when I got a little bit lost in Manning Park, which, if you don't know the area, Manning Park is a provincial park in British Columbia. It's beautiful. There's mountains, trails. It's so great. You can actually do like multi-day hikes in there. I was just stopping in on the way home with my dog, and I was expecting to do like maybe an hour hike, and I took the wrong like fork in the road on the trail. There's like the 1 hour short little day trip, or 1 hour version, and then there's the longer like all day 8 hour version. And well, it wasn't 8 hours, but it was a long time. And I actually took that way. Again, I'm terrible at direction, and in the park there's no service, so I couldn't even look at Google Maps. And I realized I took the wrong way only after like an hour, and I'm like, should be at the car by now. And we weren't. It was a really long hike, but I just embraced it and also felt a little bit nervous, like I was going to be lost in there for days and stuck there and etc. and whatever, as you do. But it was fine. We got out, and actually I even took the wrong trail at another fork after that, so I ended up like down the mountain at another parking lot, and I was so excited, like, oh, we made it. I was so tired after all this. We weren't planning on going that long, and it was a different parking lot, so I actually had to hike back up part of the mountain to the parking lot where my car was. So that was challenging. Take the time that you get, whatever little amount of time it is, and work with it. Make the space in your life for creativity if you feel that compulsion that you need it, like I do. Like, I know it's not optional for me anymore, so I don't even fight that. I just try and think to myself, okay, I know I need creative time. Where can I fit it in this week or month or whatever it is? And I get bitter sometimes. I'm human. I wish I could do all this stuff a lot more. And, we long for the freedom of our youth, perhaps, and we did have unlimited time and didn't realize that we did. Or you only have to be responsible for yourself. But the point is, just take what you can get.
From what I've heard, he'll take what he can get.
Even if it doesn't seem like enough time, or not the right type of event, or not the perfect conditions for whatever you want to do, just do it anyway. And it could totally suck, but it might also be great. And it's something that you wouldn't have experienced if you didn't try. Take the small moments you can to be creative, whether it's photography, or art, or painting, or music, or going to a museum, whatever. Just take those small moments and make something with the time that you have. Even if it's not perfect, especially if it's not perfect, just make something. Because that's what creativity is all about. Yes, I'm saying it, about. For more on living a creative life, sign up for my free newsletter below. It's called Compulsively Creative. I'd appreciate a like on this video if you can relate to any of this, and also comment below and tell me how you fit in creativity in your busy life or among whatever responsibilities you have. Leave me a comment and let me know how you be creative. Okay, till next time. Bye.